back onto the map as quick as possible in this early stage where he's always going to be pushed in.
I was going to say it's brave not taking a heal or an exhaust in this case. Definitely the exhaust as well, because the big thing here that we've seen from MSI is that, like, Betty at level 6 can 100% go up well against Light, and like can just kill him 1v1 if he ever gets the opportunity, especially if you're not running the exhaust as Light. And even when you look at like backline threat, right, like dive from Camille, dive from Forge, I think the exhaust honestly could have worked out really well. I know it is on I1D, but at least that'll help out a little bit. But even the heal in that scenario, I think could have helped out a good bit.
Well, not having a heal right now means I1D's going to be forced to flash away. He's getting pushed on top of, though. The Ignite is ticking, and as soon as he gets pulled back, he should be first blooded. That's going to be going over to Forge on the Yone. Now Doomby with the Demonic Ascension jumps onto Betty and gets the kill off onto him there. Betty does not expend away his flash, and Xiaohao on these objectives. We also can never move land as they're trying to just jump onto I1D. I1D does not have flash, and he gets flicked back as well. But again, with that Unspreakable, he's just so tanky. Now Tarzan can come in and take down Forge. This is what we're talking about for LNG. Xiaohao gonna try and help out their top laner. There's the Reaver's Wall coming over the top, so he has nowhere really to go. And yep, he's gonna be dead. Xiaohao's got the damage with that Luden's Tempest, and that was a very clean execution there from anyone's Legend.
Across the board, so Forge gonna be taking a little bit of time to become very relevant in this game.
Tarzan has been spotted out here and has been caught out as he has to use the Cyclone and the Flash. He's trying to just get himself away. The Ignite's coming down. The TP is going to be challenged. They try to shotgun in on top of this. It's a good Glacial Fissure to try and disengage, and you can see that I1D's doing as much as he possibly can to save his jungler, but Tarzan, you heard this in the wrong place.
So you can rotate multiple members in towards the mid lane.
Oh, Xiaohao does get caught out a little bit. They can't really dash over those stones because it will just stun them up, and now Doonby flashing in on top of 3 people, gets joined in by the Jax and is doing so much work on this backside. Finally gets taken down. Now Ala trying to deal with the Yone and the Kai'Sa, but he's just getting burnt down, and that ends up being a 2-for-2 trade at the start of this one, and it's 3-for-3. Tarzan very low, and Light and I1D want nothing else to do with this, so it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade.
Trying to see if you can dive on towards Light with Forge is going to be so strong, whereas on the flip side, if you can actually manage to get Tarzan in on towards Betty, that could be absolute disaster for anyone's Legend. These 280 carries very vulnerable right now.
Here we go, flash in, Tarzan gets a Cyclone, he almost gets immediately deleted. The Fate Seal goes in on the Doomby to stop him from engaging in the rest of the team fight. The Demonic Ascension is good, and there's the Hextech Ultimatum to try and disengage, but look at Light, again and again we see this man just kiting out so beautifully. It looked like anyone's Legend had called the bluff, but without a jungler, I don't know if LNG are going to feel super comfortable trying to flip this dragon.
No, Xiaohao is there, has the flash just coming up and available. The Weaver's Wall to get over as well. LNG trying to bait anyone's Legend in and see if they can catch him.
Oh, they're going to go in ZDZ, though. Not quite able to get the stun down. That dragon is falling very quickly, and there's going to be no contestation. So, Ocean Soul for LNG. They're getting the power they have there. And again, that's what I'm talking about. Chocho, he can't really be the one to face check anymore. Oh, here we go, though. They're going to try and go for the full engage. There's going to be the counter-strike coming in as Ala trying to get himself away. They will get the kill down onto him as the rest of LNG try to funnel in. But look again, Light is just ripping through them, confident that Doonby will stay alive as they finally trade back their top lane. As Xiaohao going to lose his flash over the wall. And again, it's just so hard. Yes, you're getting a 1-for-1, but it doesn't matter because Light is still huge.
Yeah, now you get the reset back over towards the Baron for LNG. They know they're healthy enough to do this, and everyone has gone running for the hills on anyone's Legend side. And especially when you've already got the Ocean Soul as well, you're just going to restore your health so quickly as you go towards this objective.
Oh, they're going to try and look for it here. Betty going in very aggressively, trying to make something work. Forge trying to jump onto Light. The flash from Betty as he tries to get himself away from this fight. Actually, not even the flash. It was his ultimate, and now he's still doing work on top of this. Doonby taken very low, forced the flash away. Light and I1D not quite able to continue this fight, but a TP coming in from Ala on the back side of this. Forge has scattered it out. They flash forward. There's Light feeling very comfortable, and you can see why. He knows he has the support of his team. As Ala flashes forward, not quite able to catch out Betty, but he is still hunting. Chocho, I do not care about you. Never mind, I do now. And they're going to take away an easy kill on that particular end of things. He's still pushing forward. ZDZ very tanky, so will not be taken out just yet, and they can go straight back towards this Baron.
Yeah, that's exactly where they're going to go. Doomby, again, waiting for his team to come back towards this. You still have ZDZ here, though, and Kai'Sa, unfortunately, a little bit too low to try and help out, so this should be the Baron for LNG, despite the fact that Tarzan's only running out of base.
Yep, no junglers for either side, but it doesn't matter. LNG had created the space. They know how powerful they are, and when you're walking into an Ezreal who's this big, you cannot decide to go in for that without any real knowledge of what's happening.
Yeah, and we see it here, right? I think Betty does a fantastic job of trying to get the damage up, but look how quickly Forge just disappears thanks to Light, managing to get all that damage down. So Betty gets one back, but here I actually got a bit nervous for LNG, where I was like, okay, maybe you've got the damage, maybe you've got enough, but Light once more, just waiting for that regen from the Ocean Soul. This is why it's so difficult for LNG. For Anyone's Legend once LNG got that. And yeah, really well played by Light.
Yeah, just confident knowing that he could get the damage down. If he lands that Mystic Shots, gets himself the W down as well, he knows it's an insta-kill onto Taliyah, who again, like we mentioned, is just not very tanky. These Mystic Shots are really starting to do something. He went back and picked up an entire GA. That's how much gold Light was sitting on, 6-0 and 2, and it's just becoming the carry they needed to be. You mentioned it about the Swain coming into the meta, how it's more of a facilitator. It's not really that big super carry you expect it to be. Light's doing exactly what he needs to do with Swain now in the back pocket.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Once he started to get all this extra gold in the early stages, that's where you get a little bit worried. Anyone's Legend, again, not really able to set up Betty to be able to find those moments to fight back against the Ezreal. And now you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh!
A lot of damage coming through, and a minute until Elder. LNG putting pressure onto this bot side means they can get a ton of vision in favor of themselves before the dragon spawns.
I mean, the dragon's spawning in 1:10, but you got to think that you got to survive the Baron buff, which is still going for 1:30. Chocho now has to back away. Light's just poking out the rest of Anyone's Legend. They're going to be able to break open the base. And honestly, I don't see how you defend yourself against this push as the late game goes on. How do you try and get around this Elder Drake when you can't even defend your own base?
I mean, they needed to make the play there and then before the bot inhibitor went down. You had 5 members there, Ala pushing topside with no wave to try and put pressure onto the tier 2, but Anyone's Legend missed their chance. Now they lose the bot. They're going to lose a good amount of damage onto this tier 2, and the vision control is established for LNG. Some miracle play has to come through again for Anyone's Legend to steal on this Elder if they hope to keep this game in their favor.
I mean, we saw miracles last time around, but it does feel a lot more like LNG are, again, in much more control than the side of Anyone's Legend. Light, look at this. He is unwavering. He does not care.
What do you like?
He has to care because he went far too deep. The Demonic Ascension has been popped. Betty's been exhausted as well. They're trying to jump there. ZDZ nearly gets himself onto Light. Light just dodging out on the Fate Seal. And what looks like it could have been a massive int play ends up being probably the final fight of this game. LNG, it almost looked a bit rocky, but Anyone's Legend, they just don't have the money.
Yeah, weren't able to get on towards Light after he got the respawn. ZDZ dives the back line. Forrest tries to go in with the sealed fade, but actually gets knocked up by Tarzan. So perfectly orchestrated by Tarzan to prevent his AD carry from going down. The minions are trying to be denied access to Terror, but it doesn't matter.
It does not matter, or maybe it should. You got to be a little bit careful here. This Kai'Sa can do damage. You have to be very aware that Xiao Hao is a full AP Taliyah. They'll get one Nexus turret, the Elder Drake has spawned, and importantly, Tarzan is no longer alive. Forge and ZDZ will be spawning very, very soon, and LNG, they may have overstayed their welcome.
I mean, maybe if you could actually get on towards Light or get this damage down. I mean, Elder Dragon, we said, could be the miracle they need.
Ala looking for something here. Chocho trying his very best to play this with his fancy feet. They're pushing forward, but this is the vision control you talked about earlier. And honestly, Anyone's Legend, you got to go for this. You have to try and do something, but they're going to get caught out. Xiao Hao nearly taken down, but never mind. It's Chocho the first fall down. Doonby with his Demonic Ascension, and Light just ripping and tearing. Triple kill for the AD carry of LNG. And when you are this far ahead, when you have this many things going for you, there's only going to be one result.
And it is going to be the win for LNG. The 2-0 for LNG, taking down Anyone's Legend.
They take them down. It was a little bit scrappy in game 1. Game 2 felt an awful lot more composed, and you got to give it to Light on this Ezreal, really putting on an absolute masterclass of how to play this champ, and again, facilitating his team when they needed him most.
And I think that's the thing, right? We talked about how